Hey everyone, we're back doing another love and relationship reading. So today, this morning, I pulled these two cards from my Black Moon Astrology, Gemini, I think, and we are in Gemini season. So Gemini rules the mind. I believe it's ruled by Mercury, and we're in Mercury retrograde at the moment. But Mercury is all about the mind. And then North Node, which is your life's purpose. So wherever your North Node is, so North Node is an axis, and it represents like your true north, your purpose, your life's purpose, what you're meant to learn and do in this lifetime. And so wherever your North Node is, like, so for me, mine is in Aries. That would tell you more about your life's purpose. So the energy of Aries for me, they're a little bit competitive, combative. They're ruled by Mars, which is the god of war. So they're very fiery. And so yes, the reason I'm doing this is because I pulled these cards and I was like kind of confused, because I was like, I'm not really sure how this is playing into me and like what's happening for me. And so I read the messages from the book, and then I kind of just left the North Node one up on my desk, and I was like, maybe that it has something to do with that, and because we're in Gemini season, and then I got an email from an astrologer that I'm subscribed to, whom I rarely ever read. I honestly rarely read the emails that I'm subscribed to, but I started reading it, and it was like, on Monday, Gemini is in conjunction, Gemini, which is where the sun is in conjunction with the North Node. And I was like, oh my God, I pulled those two cards this morning. So obviously I'm picking up on some universal energy that's happening. And I've been told through another astrologer and reader that I have actually astrological placements in my chart that would mean that I could be an astrologer. And I do love learning about it. I just haven't actually been certified or gotten more into it, but I tend to pick up on universal astrological stuff. And I'm realizing that now more this week, as I'm starting to do these readings again for general energy. And so, yeah, that is the theme, because in the email, the theme was, because our North Node, our life purpose, can also mean destiny, and what we're meant to do. So there's a bit of magic. There's a bit of like destined, fated events kind of thing happening. So there's a little bit of auspiciousness and good luck. And like I said, destiny, which can be good fortune and just things changing and shifting in your favor because you're meant to experience it. And what else was I going to say? Yeah, because I was reading it from the book too, and and because we're doing love and relationships, Gemini in the tarot represents the lovers, because they're the twins, and the lovers is technically like your counterpart, your divine counterpart, masculine, feminine, and so it's very auspicious for a love relationship. So wherever your North Node is, you can go and get your free birth chart, information on, of course, I didn't put my phone on do not disturb, and now I'm getting text messages. You can just Google like free birth chart, as long as you have the exact time you were born, where you were born, and then your name. You just put that information in, and obviously your birth date, and you get your just general information about your birth chart. So that's how I know my North Node is in Aries, and you'll find out which one yours is in, which could tell you a little bit more. So this is going to be very general in terms of what this Gemini conjunct North Node means in love right now, because it means something big. Obviously, otherwise I wouldn't have been tapping into it this morning. And then for you specifically, it'll tell you more if you know your North Node, where your North Node is, like how you may deal with it, or the feelings that may come up around it. So for me, which makes complete sense, I'm a little bit defensive. I'm a little bit combative, competitive when it comes to love, but more so just kind of like standoffish. I was reading about the Aries, and I was just like, oh my God, that sounds exactly like me. Of course I want love and a relationship, but there's also a part of me that gets a little bit defensive over it. You know, Aries is an interesting energy to me, that I'm still learning to feel okay in. So let's get into the reading. I'm going to use my Celtic Lenormand first to see what, I haven't used this one in a while, but I love these little cards. First, they're perfect for my little hands, and but it's just different from the tarot and from Oracle. It is similar to the tarot in that it has, every Lenormand deck has similar, like, specific cards and meanings and numbers. I think, because this is the only one I've ever used, but I've seen other people use Lenormand cards, and it's similar in that tarot cards all go off of one general theme, right? They all have suits and ace through 10, and then court cards and major and minor arcana. So the Lenormand is set up in the same way, and that it's a little bit more structured. So that one, the lady, number 29, or yeah, this is one of the ladies, because then there's multiples. Also, I apologize for the lighting. It's nighttime here, so that's the light above me kind of washes me out. Or it looks like I have a halo. Whatever you want to think. Oh, that one. And the dog. The dog is about loyalty. I'm going to read a couple of these from the book, because they also have like timing, a lot of timing in here. I'm going to get one more. I'm feeling one more. And you'll see they're also based on actual deck of cards. So there's the Ace of Spades, the 10 of Hearts, okay, and the cross. Okay, so the lady can obviously, it represents a woman, a feminine energy. This is the younger one, though, I believe, or maybe it's called the maiden. She might be the maiden. Let me double check. It's been a while since I've used this deck, but I love it. No, see the lady. Yeah, so that's lady number 29. Oh, the woman. Okay, this is the woman, actually. So there's the lady, and then there's the woman. So this obviously represents a feminine energy. It could represent intuition. Let me see what stands out here. So if you're a woman watching this, it would probably represent you. If not, it would be a woman in your life. So it says, as there are two female figures in this deck, the woman and the lady, these can also be taken as different aspects of you, the person who I'm reading for, whether you're male or female. So this woman is creative, working with her hands to spin and color yarn. There's a nurturing aspect to her, creating things for the comfort of others. She is close to nature and in tune with the cycle of the seasons, and the plants and animals in her local area. Okay. So it really just means I honor my intuition and my gentleness. So I really just feel like this is just representing feminine energy in general. And then I want to... feminine energy in general in terms of... if we're talking about a love relationship, I would assume that most of the people watching are probably women or females or feminines, whatever you identify with. Not to say there aren't men watching. Hello, men, if you are. But it's bringing up... so I would say this is centered around the feminine counterpart of this love relationship. We'll just leave it at that so I don't over-explain myself. Now let's go to the dog. So the dog does represent loyalty, acquaintanceship, friendship. There's also, it says submissive. Dogs are submissive. Mostly it's about friendship and loyalty. Okay, and then I want to go to the cross because I feel like this is representing possibly like if there's a friend in your life, you have a friendship with somebody. Well, if you're a man and you're watching, maybe it's a female, or even if you're a woman and watching, it's a female feminine energy, or you are the feminine, you have a friend, which is the dog. 36, which is the cross. Oh, did I even show these to you guys? Sorry. There's the dog. I did show you the dog. Did I show you the cross? I can't remember what the cross represents at the moment, so let me see. And then I'll get a clear picture about what we're talking about. Thank you for your patience. Where the heck is the cross? There it is. So it can represent religion, spirituality, faith, dogma, or something Well, traditionally it says this card is seen in terms of having a cross to bear, of suffering under a burden. So it could represent burdens. This relates to how religion was seen in the time of Lenormand, the creator of the deck, who was imprisoned for her fortune telling. Still, the cross, in one form or another, has long been a spiritual symbol that transcends institutional religions. Paganism advocates an active, engaged approach to morality, and ethics. This is a burden. You have to think about what you are doing, why you are doing it, and what the consequences may be. Yet, it is also liberating, since you do not have to obey someone else's ideas about wrong and right. The symbol of the cross also connects to other spiritual and religious concepts such as faith, charity, mercy, selflessness, devotion, and also dogma. All of these can be seen as burdens in some ways, as well as having more positive aspects. That's really funny that I pulled the Hierophant this morning for me. So this is definitely picking up on some things. I deal ethically with difficult situations. I follow my moral compass. So there's a relation. So thank you for bearing with me here. It seems like there's a relationship. Well, is that really? I need to get one more, because it's okay. So it can be this woman, this feminine energy, whoever is loyal to her ethical behaviors, therefore she doesn't want to. Okay, yeah. So they're telling me, I'm talking it out. Thank you for listening. She goes by. She's obviously very spiritual, to a point of, and I don't want to say this is. It's not. I don't believe it's religion. I believe it's morals and ethics, like the card was talking about. I apologize. I am trying to get these words out, and I know that I sound a little bit ridiculous sometimes attempting to. I'm trying to get better at my speaking when it comes to these things and getting clear sentences out to you and what I'm trying to say. It really has to do with her morals and ethics when it comes to her. I think it's her connection to her higher purpose. If we're talking about the North Node, right? Her life's purpose. She's very committed to that path. Which can be a burden, because because like it said in the card, she's always looking at, okay, the decision that I make, especially when it comes to love, like what will the outcome be? What will the consequences be? Am I acting with integrity? It even talked about, I think one of the cards talked about words, I believe. Am I wrong? Oh no, it was a Gemini. Gemini was, that card about Gemini was talking about words and the words used, I believe. And this is picking up on, I think, the last reading that I posted, which was about needing to have integrity with your words and how you show up. When it comes to, if you're a teacher, if you are whatever, practice what you're preaching, basically. Walking your talk. What the fuck was that? Sorry. I think it's my cat maybe somewhere, but there was like scratching over here and it freaked me out because I don't see him or hear him anymore. Are you down there, Cheeto? That was really weird. I'm sorry. Okay. I also don't edit my videos, so you just have to bear with me here. Earlier before I started this, I thought that my door to my closet, yes, I also film in my closet because this is my closet so big that this is where my office is. I thought I saw my door move and open a little bit. Also, whenever I'm in here in the mornings, it is my cat. I can hear him. He's trying to fuck with me. I always think that there's someone walking up behind me, because my son will do that in the mornings. Like when he's here, when I have him, he'll walk up behind me and try to scare me, because I always have headphones on in the morning listening to music, and so I don't wake him up, and he'll always try to scare me just because he's also a 7-year-old boy. And but it happens even when he's not here, and I know he's not here, and it's not that I expect him. I literally think that I see or feel energy behind me. And so it's probably just some of my dead family members here, because I have like a bunch of their pictures up. But anyways, could be a bunch of things, people. I digress, and I apologize. So I do want to get one more card, because I'm just, okay, so they're giving me the message, but I want to get one more card. Oh my God. Okay. Ah! Is this how Geminis think? Because I think that Geminis, like, they're very quick-minded. They're very witty. They love to communicate. They love to just, like, they're also just, like, very energetic and high-strung. And I don't know if this is just, like, how the Gemini energy comes out of me. I apologize. Oh, okay. Are you also dramatic, Geminis? Probably. I'm feeling very dramatic. Okay. So, not that this is a problem, that she's very loyal to her path. Okay, I was already talking about that. So that's what I get, the loyalty. But I also get with the friendship is that she doesn't want to cross a line. There could be someone in her life where she doesn't want to cross a line, because it's just friendship. That's always just been friends. And because she's thinking like, well, because we've been friends, and this is where the cross, a burden, the burdens, and thinking about having integrity and consequences to actions. Like, if we were to cross that line, this could happen in the future. Like, what if it doesn't work out? What if we get romantic? What if we go on some dates and then it doesn't work out, right? I don't want it to ruin our friendship, that kind of energy. So it could be those two things. And then I just want to get one more, even though they're like, no need one more, but apparently I do. I feel like I just butchered these messages, but somehow people message me and tell me they got something out of it. So when I hear that, I'm just very grateful, because sometimes I'm like, what am I even saying? How do people even follow me in terms of follow me through this whole recording? Oh, the coin, or is it the clover? I think it's the clover. I saw the clover first and then the coin, but this is about good luck, I'm pretty sure. And again, that's honestly the energy we were coming in here with, this very auspicious time for good fortune and luck. So I'm just wondering that's why I was wondering about this energy of this woman and the loyalty. And maybe that's what it is because you've been loyal to your path and your purpose, is why this luck, right, is now shifting in your favor, because the energy in astrologically is supporting it. And sometimes, we don't realize how it's the clover. It's small good luck, fortune, hope, synchronicity, happiness, money, awareness, opportunity. Sorry. Used to call an opportunity and luck. I see and take the opportunities presented to me by life. Sometimes spirit puts small blessings in our path. However, if we don't if we don't keep our eyes open, we may not see the full potential held in that tiny seed. That's what I feel like about the friendship, because she's so afraid to cross this line with this friend. It's like this. Sorry, I know I do that. It's like this is a blessing or an opportunity that was put in your path. Like, so say maybe I feel like this person, I'm gonna do more of these, because this woman. But you know what I also get is that she's trying to be in her feminine energy, so therefore she's attempting to receive and be the one who's attracting this. So she's probably like, well, if this person is in my life, like, why are they not, this friend, why are they not speaking up? Why are they not saying anything? Maybe this could be picking up on their energy in terms of feeling like it's a burden too. They probably are mirroring each other. The 8. Is that a cave? I'm not really sure what this one is. I don't know if I've ever actually pulled this one for myself. I think it's a cave. Let's see. Oh, coffin, burial mound. End point. losses, mourning. So it can finishing, finally gone, dead, over. Ooh. So it can represent the ending of something, a loss, something that you may highlight where you need healing and change. Interesting. Maybe it was a friendship that ended. I complete what needs finishing. I take time to honor what is ending. Or, so it could be maybe there's a friend in your life, well, that was a friend, but it ended. So then you kind of like, you ended that friendship because you're like, this isn't, well, for whatever reason. I'm not really sure. Shoot. Sorry, hold on. I mean, there could be a number of reasons why you end a friendship. But if it's with an opposite sex and there was an attraction there, that could be the reason why you ended it, right? Because you're like, because I don't want to ruin our friendship, this isn't going to happen. That, or it's time for the friendship aspect to this. So that's twofold. It could just take what resonates for you. This is general. It could mean that it's time for something to end, and like a phase of the friendship aspect is time to end, and perhaps you guys are meant to move into, oh gosh, 10. A lot of kind of harsh energies here, actually. The Skaith. This is about cutting away things. Cut off, pain. A friend that you cut off. Huh. Or they cut you off. Aggressive young man. Separation, clean break. Yeah, so it seems like there was a friendship that ended, or a relationship that ended. Or it could mean a relationship, a friendship that needs to end. It could mean that too. This is all telling a story now. I don't even, we'll see about using my tarot cards here. Good God, there's a lot of energy happening in my closet tonight. There's a bag over here that just moved by itself. I mean, it could have been my desk moving it, but my cat is over there and not over here, so. Whew. 13. This is the child, and I believe it's the boy, because there's a boy and a girl. Yeah, like a... Yeah, the child, the boy, innocence, naivete, new beginnings, immaturity. A friendship from when you guys were younger. Or it was just like an immature... I mean, if I'm getting literal, it's like you had a friendship with someone when you were younger and you cut it off then. Because... Or they cut it off because they had... I don't know. It's interesting. I'm quite confused by this. I mean, but this can also be new beginning, but we also have like a 10, the Skaith, which is about, and then we had, you know, this one too, the Coffin, which is about burials and endings. And then we have, this also represents new beginning. So that can be like the energetics of it. It could also actually physically mean a friendship you had when you were kids. When you were a child, it got cut off, it ended, and it's possibly coming back. Or, I mean, it doesn't mean it's coming back, but maybe you're reflecting on it, but maybe that is, we're talking about your North Node, your purpose going forward, and Mercury's in retrograde at the moment too. And another, this is also represents loyalty. It's another 18. The dog and the cat are both 18. Friendship, loyalty. I'll read that one because there might be a few differences. Excuse me. Fuck, what was I saying? Are you fucking kidding me? I can't believe I do this so much. What was I saying? I remember. Cat. Independence, loyalty, dependable, curiosity, friendly. It could represent a friend, an acquaintance, a companion, a future partner. Did the dog say it was a future partner also? Life partner, future partner, life companion, life partner. Cats are independent creatures that choose to spend time with humans, yet also value their time alone. And this does feel like cats and dogs to me are like the masculine, feminine counterparts of, this would be more like the feminine. The dog would be more like the masculine to me, in my opinion. And we do have the woman, or the lady, I believe it was, and then the child, which is the boy. And so maybe it's you're older than this person. That could be it too. So, long story long, a friendship could have ended. They're telling me to shut up. They're telling me I'm going to get some cards from my tarot, because I don't know how I do this to myself. I always think it's going to go one way and it never goes the way I think. Such is life, right? These are this is my tattoo tarot. Temperance and the Knave of Cups, which I believe is the page. Let me just double check. Yes. Okay. So Temperance is Sagittarius energy, but that's balance, emotional alchemy. I talked about this in one of my other readings. It's about transmutation. Really, it's about patience and emotional mastery. And then the Page of Cups, or the Knave of Cups, could be a younger water sign. And we do have like this younger boy, and look, he's playing in water. I mean, could be that. Imagination coming to life. Helpful, youthful, reflective, meditative, affectionate, friendly, charming. But again, it's a page. So you know what? It could have, okay, so there's so many different ways that this could go. So it could, yes, be someone who's younger than you, like if you're a feminine and then the masculine was younger than you. They could be a Sagittarius. They could be a Gemini, because we're talking about those both those signs, because the Temperance card is Sagittarius. Take that as you will. Could be a water sign, because we have the cups coming up. Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. Good Lord. So it could be that. It could be a younger masculine, older feminine relationship. Or it could just be not necessarily in age. Yes, it could be an age, but it could be maybe spiritual wise, in terms of growth and progress, that maybe she was a little bit further along, because I do feel that was coming up in terms of the burden and feeling like she has to, well, actually, I feel like the burden was more so her needing to stay on her life's path and purpose when it comes to what she's committed to, her higher purpose in life. And also seeing that I think there was this friendship aspect to their relationship, more so, right? That there was this fear that if we were to take it into another direction or another step further, it could ruin the friendship, and I don't want to do that. But something ended here, whether that was like the friendship or just the relationship in general. You know, maybe it ended because one of them had feelings, or they both had feelings, or maybe they did cross that line and then they were like, well, this isn't really going to work, or we're better off as friends, or the other thing was maybe he may, and I'm only saying he, like the masculine's a little bit more immature, like not as mature as the feminine. Maybe he had a little bit of growing to do, only because we had the child boy, and then the Page of Cups would represent just maybe like more immature energy. And it's not to say that there's anything wrong with it, just that she was a little bit more mature. Maybe she had more life experience, or just for a little bit further along in the journey. And so when they happened to meet, it just didn't work. and they never really either they never crossed that line and got romantic, or they had feelings and it never got there, or they did maybe have sex or go on a few dates, but it just didn't work out because they realized they just weren't a match and they just went their separate ways. We have the Four of Swords and the Two of Swords. So the Two of Swords is about a stalemate, needing to make a decision. And then the Four of Swords is resting, taking a break. So what I get is no one made a decision about what was going to happen. So therefore it just kind of like flatlined. The relationship flatlined and didn't get revived, it seems like. I really feel like someone didn't make a decision. Nothing ever happened and just kind of stayed in this energy of, well, I'm just going to sit here in my peaceful energy, in my own bed, and either pretend, like the Two of Swords is a lot about pretending like you don't see you need to do something. The Seven of Cups is about having a lot of options, or it's about confusion, really. I feel like the reason this decision was never made was because there was confusion. Let's see. The Knight of Wands. I feel like this is progress made in terms of the masculine's part, you know, his growth and journey. The Knight of Wands would be a very fiery, passionate individual, sometimes known as like the Casanova. Again, he's not a king or an emperor. He is a knight, which, you know, knights are about action. This one's known as like the Casanova, like I said. So he'll come in very quickly and he's very charming and passionate. I feel like that was what he needed, though. He needed to go, maybe he hadn't really gone through that stage for himself, because I really do feel he was younger in terms of, like, this is what it's showing me, is we all have to go through the phase, and I feel like, especially men, you know, where it's kind of like sowing your wild oats and needing to figure out what you want in a relationship and who you are, and basically feeling like you've seen it and done it all until you've reached that place where you feel like you want to settle down or be in a committed relationship. And especially if you meet somebody who's like on another level, especially in terms of maturity and spirituality and emotional maturity, you're not ready. You are going to not make that decision because you're like, well, I know I'm not ready for this. So I kind of get that's what's happening here. So we're telling the story, and this is going to be a long reading. King of Swords. I don't want all these, though. If the King of Swords is meant to come out, I feel like that's him. That's like the energy of the masculine. Like, oh, I'm not ready. I'm ready to come out. So, I mean, it could be that he needed that time, or it could be that he just never wanted to mature, or he just matures a little bit more slowly. I don't know. Take it as it resonates for you, but the Hierophant, yeah, so like I said, the Hierophant is Taurus energy. So it could be, there's also Taurus energy showing up. I just want to read, every deck usually has like its own variation and meaning. So this is very much in line with the cross here. It's about, it says the Pope, tradition, convention, ritual, symbolism, ceremony, religion, religious practices, morality, social approval, instruction, philosophy, universal law, mercy, goodness, forgiveness. So what I got reading that was, it could have been more about tradition for that person. Like, this person's so much older than me, or something about it didn't match in terms of how it was going to look on the outside to other people, or maybe they were religious, or maybe they're not necessarily religious, but this person, the woman, had very high morals and what they considered standards, and they just didn't feel that they measured up to them. Or it's just she's not traditional and this person is more traditional or wants something more traditional. So they were like, that's why it's not going to work, or I'm just not, or it's not, that's why I'm not sure if it's going to work and why I haven't made a decision. The Knight of Swords. And we have another Knight. So there actually could be two different people here. The Knight of Swords is about coming in very swiftly and quickly. Fast communication. This one would be like more passionate, more, yeah, like passion. This is more about communication. And I'm going to tell you how I feel. This one's like, I'm going to show you how I feel. So there could be, and so it could be an air sign. Swords are air. The Queen of Pentacles. And now we have a Queen. So yeah, this feminine energy is in her queen power, in her queen status. She's sitting on her throne. She's the Queen of Pentacles, which is grounded, nurturing, dependable, reliable, all those wonderful things. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune, which is about the wheel turning, karmic cycles ending, and new ones beginning, which is honestly what I feel like is happening. It's kind of telling the story of, this is what I feel like the Gemini conjunct the North Node is like showing us, especially in Mercury retrograde. Because I feel like this is what's going to be, a lot of memories I think are going to be coming up from the past that are going to help you close things out. That's what, the coffin, the burial, like endings, the scathe, which is cutting things out. It's helping you get rid and release all of these maybe past things, whether with people that you thought maybe these people are going to come back, or whatever happened to that person, right? There's maybe just some unfinished business, but it's going to be closing out, but it's going to be turning, and it's going to, again, it's auspicious and lucky. We have the clover, which is luck, good luck and good fortune, along with the Wheel of Fortune. It's just reiterating these messages. So there is some luck here, but it looks like, I think there's just uncertainty on whether, like, what direction it's going to go. And I think that the reason there's different situations coming up is because you have no idea what person, because this is very heavily also about love because of Gemini. It's the lovers. And so you're not really sure, like, who is this person? Maybe you're feeling all these things. You're not sure if it's like, are these people coming back? Is this something to put my energy into, or am I just closing things out? The Knave of Wands. So it's funny, we had the Knave of Cups. Now we have the Knave of Wands. So Page of Wands is a very, it is about messages, or it's about a messenger. A passionate, fiery messenger. The Tower. Ooh. So the Tower is just like a sudden thing happening. It kind of knocks you off kilter, like you weren't expecting it. That's what the Tower energy is about. This Knave, you see how, look at this guy. He's intense. He looks similar to this guy. And they're both very intense. Look at their intense energy. I feel like there's going to be some intense communication, like someone coming at you with a message, because like pages are about messages. And it's going to feel like the Tower, like it's going to knock you off. Like you'll even see there's a crown here. And I just said the Queen is sitting on her throne. It's going to knock you off your throne in a sense, because you're going to be so surprised by it. You're just not going to expect it. Whether it's the person you're not going to expect, or just the message that they're bringing at you, you're going to be like, what? A king! We have a king! And because he does look like the same guy, because, well, they all have blue eyes, I guess, but they all kind of look similar to me. Because if I'm looking at this guy, like, he doesn't look like these guys. Any of these guys, right? This guy doesn't look like any of those to me. And then you can't see this knight's face. So, they all kind of look like the same guy. But what was I saying about this? The wands is fire, so that's passion. It's passionate communication. It's a passionate message. And then we have the King of Cups, and I feel like the reason it's going to be so passionate is because he's going to be communicating how he feels. And the thing with the King of Cups is he feels things very deeply. He's mastered his emotions, yet doesn't necessarily always show them. So that's why it's the Tower energy's out, because you're going to be like, he's going to come at you with this cup, and it's going to be overflowing with all of these feelings and this passion and this love, or whatever it is he feels for you. If it's that, you know, the person we're talking about who didn't make a decision, and again, if this is a friend where you're like, I had no idea that you felt this way about me, and, you know, because I feel like you're just not going to expect it, whether it's the person you're not going to expect, or even if maybe you had a feeling, you're just going to be like, but why didn't you ever say anything? You know, because there's history here. There's something here. And again, if this happens during Mercury retrograde, you want to just take everything with a grain of salt and not necessarily rush into anything, because exes coming back and things coming back from the past is very common in Mercury retrograde, and it goes direct June 22nd, I believe. So that's right around, that is actually when Cancer season starts. So just if it is someone that you could see yourself being with, just take it slowly and be mindful that you want to wait until Mercury goes direct to make any decisions. Like, you know, so don't just like jump into a relationship. And I wouldn't recommend doing that anyway with anyone. Just be mindful and be conscious and have discernment, right? We were talking about, I think this is playing off of the last reading I did, which was about discernment and making sure you can tell if somebody's coming at you, because there may be more than one person coming to you and being like, oh my God, I love you, and I've always loved you, or I feel this way about you, and I really want to take you out, and I want to wine and dine you and do all these things, whatever it is. There could be more than one person. Like we've seen, I feel like we've picked up on more than one energy. You just want to be mindful and use your discernment. Like, is this person just trying to get something from me, or is this actually a counterpart, a relationship to, you know, what are their motives? What are their intentions? Like, don't be afraid to ask questions and have conversations, and don't jump into anything physical necessarily. You know, I don't know. I'm not going to tell you what to do. That's just my advice if you wanted it. The 8 of Wands and the 5 of Wands. Okay, so the 5 of Wands can represent competition. I was literally just saying there could be more than one person. Like, could be people fighting over you. And you'll see how there's hearts here. Oy vey. And then the 8 of Wands, which is quick movement forward. It's the arrows of love. Honestly, to me, it feels like people battling for your attention and your love and to win your heart. Good Lord. This is interesting. And it doesn't necessarily mean them actually battling each other. It could just mean, unless they know each other, who knows? Like, unless you guys are all in this like group of friends or something. I don't know. You'll have to tell me how it goes. Yeah, you're gonna have a lot of options, basically. And okay, let's see how many more cards we're gonna do. The 3 of Cups. The 3 of Cups is about celebration and joy and coming together. Honestly, what I heard was have fun. Just enjoy. Have fun. Like, and you know what? That's honestly how you're going to choose the person that you want to be with. Like, who do you have more fun with, right? Like, if you want to choose a life partner or a long-term committed relationship with a person, you really want to look at, do I like them? Like, can I spend time with them? And again, this is where that friendship piece comes in too, is like, you want to be able to be friends with them too, and not just like be super sexually attracted to them or just only romantic. You want to make sure there's more substance to it there. Judgment. Judgment is about resurrection, redemption, second chances. So maybe it is somebody coming back for a second chance. It could be. Or it could just be Judgment Day, basically. Like, who you choosing? There's going to be that day that comes and you're going to have to choose. Also, the 3 of Cups, I'm noticing 3. There could be 3 options, right? Because cups are about our emotions. And generally, if it was 2 of Cups, I'd be like, you know, I would say there may be 2 options. But, well, or maybe I could see this as being you, the person, or you, the person, the feminine, and then 2 cups as in 2 people. So it could be 2 or 3 different people. I kind of am picking up 2, actually. I think I like that message better. 2 people. The Emperor, and then one of them will win your heart. And he'll become the Emperor because you're the Empress. She didn't come out, but that is who you are. And it's funny that, and that's also Aries. So we have Sagittarius, Taurus, Aries. We also have water signs here and air. Well, basically have everybody. Well, we don't really have any pentacles out, actually. So it looks like water possibly, or Sagittarius, Aries, Taurus, or an air sign, if I'm looking at what cards are out. So eventually one will take the throne next to you, or you will allow him to take the throne next to you. Someone will be victorious, and you will choose that person coming from a place of integrity. And you also want to look at, because this person is so committed to her higher path and purpose, that is how you're also going to choose the person. Are they the counterpart to me because they're also committed to their higher path and purpose? Like, what do they do for a living? What are they, do they do self-development work? You know, and you want to have similarities with that person too, in terms of like, do we read the same books? Are we into the same spiritual concepts? Do we have the same morals and values and ethics? The Queen of Cups. Oh, we have counterparts. Where's the King of Cups? He's here somewhere, hiding again. So look. Oh, wait. Yes, here we go. We have counterparts. So someone who's emotionally matching you. All right, because you may or may not be a water sign. It doesn't matter, but cups are about our emotions. This person may or may not be a water sign. It's just, who is your match? Who is your counterpart? And it's going to take, I think you're going to have to allow multiple people to wine and dine you and take you out and have conversations with them, and just be open about it too. Like, I'm not, you know, I'm also talking to this person. Or don't give it, you know, don't just give yourself away to the first person that comes about. You want to make sure you are being clear and grounded in your decision, right? That's why the Queen of Coins came out. Okay, one more. I'm feeling like, and this is a long ass reading, and I didn't want it to be so long. Whew. It was important. I was being bugged about it all day long. Five of Coins. The Five of Coins is about loss, feeling left out in the cold. Why is this card coming out? Well, I get that you're gonna have to turn somebody down. It's inevitable. Okay, so it's not gonna feel good, because you could possibly already have sorry, I got distracted. Relationships with these people in terms of friendships. Maybe that is why both the dog and the cat came out, because now I'm getting more clear. The dog and the cat came out because it's both about friendship and loyalty, and they're probably two different people. Well, they are two different people, but like two different types of people is what I mean, which is why it's the dog and the cat, kind of opposite. And so you may have relationships already friendships or acquaintance, friendly, whatever going on with these people. So it means that you are going to have to turn somebody down. And it's not going to feel good, but you have to stay true to you and your heart. And as long as you are acting with integrity in terms of being very open and vulnerable and honest and upfront, transparent about, this is what I'm experiencing, this is how I feel. You know, I met somebody else who I actually have a stronger connection with, or I see myself being with this person more so because of these reasons, you know, like it's not fun to be that person to break up with somebody or to hurt somebody, but it's better than ghosting or lying or not saying the full truth because you don't want to hurt their feelings. It'll sting in the moment, but they will respect and appreciate you so much more for you just being completely honest. And before you even start like dating, if you know they happen to show up at the same time, because I feel like they're going to show up around the same time, you just want to make sure that you are being very clear. Yeah, the Ace of Cups, the Star, the Two of Cups. Oh my God. Oh, so, yeah. So you will eventually choose just one. The Two of Cups. The Star is Aquarius energy. So it could be Aquarius in there, but it's also wishing upon a star, like, and getting, getting your wishes, also being the star, right? And then the Ace of Cups, which is about self-love, but it's also your cup running over, being fulfilled, overflowing, and that's how you're able to give to another cup. So again, I'm being drawn back to, we had the only counterpart that came out was the King and Queen of Cups. So which person feels like they bring this, they match your cup? And I hope that makes sense. I want to explain it in a way that really makes sense, but they're telling me to just shut up. Okay, these are my Power of Surrender cards, and I want just a couple of these to help us through this. What do we need to surrender to allow this to happen gracefully and for the highest good for everyone involved? Because it looks like these things are destined to happen. Honestly, if you thought you could get out of this, if you knew this was on some level this was going to happen, or you thought you could get out of it, or you could like, oh well, maybe only one person will show up and I won't have to hurt somebody. It doesn't. It looks like these things have already been set in motion and it's destined to happen. So let's figure out how we can best handle it when it does show up. So what do we need to surrender to, Spirit? This one. Surrender your desire to control people. Being over-controlling can sabotage relationships. To more effectively achieve your goals, back off, regroup, and give the situation some breathing room. So, this could mean, like, again, in noticing the difference, surrender your need to always be right. Dang. Give others the gift of letting them be right. Be yielding, not rigid. This will help resolve conflicts and improve your relationships. This is okay. This sounds like some shadow stuff we need to work on. Surrender to your intuition. Tune into your inner voice. Be aware of any gut feelings, flashes, knowings, or aha moments that come through to guide you. So, yeah. Sorry, I went completely blank with these two cards because, for one, it is calling us out, right? Is this a shadow we have in relationships? And is this the advice that's telling us is like, yeah, so one person, or surrender to the wisdom of your body. Listen to your body's messages about a person or situation. If you feel physically drained or uncomfortable, be cautious. If you are energized and happy, move forward. So this is, again, because there's multiple different types of people that could be coming in. Maybe there may be more than two, but I feel like there's two that are major ones that you'll have to choose from. And again, this is about listening to your intuition and, like, going off of the last one, discernment. If you're feeling like you start feeling like yourself getting sucked back into old patterns, because I feel like these are old patterns in relationship we're trying to let go of, right? Controlling people, wanting them to do or be or say a certain thing, you always wanting to be right? That, I say right a lot, like, because I always want to be right. Are you being too rigid? Maybe you had a fight in the past with one of the people, or maybe you just want to be right about something. Maybe you guys don't see eye to eye. I don't know. And it says surrender to setting limits. It is healthy to set boundaries in relationships. Practice expressing your needs, and remember that no is a complete sentence. So this could mean, as I was talking about letting someone down and telling them that you don't want to date them or whatever it is, they may not react very well to it. And I think what it's saying is, like, you can't, if they want to fight with you about it, remember you can't control other people. And the surrender your need to always be right. You don't want to get roped into fight. Like, you don't need to be right. Like, if they don't believe you, or if they can't take your truth right, as I keep saying right, they can't take your truth for what it is. You don't need to be right about it. You know, allow them to have their feelings too, because I think that may come up as like, we'll, which is why we don't want this to happen, is we'll want them to feel a certain way about it. We'll be like, but I did and said everything. They should be acting this way, right? They should be taking it better, or whatever it is. Like, we can't control how people are going to react to us. And we're not right, like, in terms of how they feel about the situation. So yeah, you may have to set boundaries with people. For one, people who come in and are like wanting to, who you know already without even needing to go out with them, like, no, you're not the person for me, you know. So setting no, or saying no, it's a complete sentence. Remember that. And then also surrendering to your intuition, the wisdom of your body. That goes back to what I was talking about in the other reading, which is, yeah, I feel like I'm repeating myself, and I'm tired of talking and hearing my own voice. I hope this was helpful. It was interesting reading. If you want your own reading, please email me at empoweringyourouthenticity.com, or follow me on Instagram and message me there. I do 30 and 60-minute personal readings over Zoom. And yeah, thanks for watching. Let me know if this was picking up on your situation. I will be so interested to hear. All right, take care.